I'm Mike Bakke, Wisconsin Bat Specialist. We're down here in Wisconsin Dells area. I'm meeting with one of my southern crews, actually two of my southern crews. We're going to head down to Dane County in the Madison area to look at a home that another pest control company had worked on, apparently during the bat shutdown season, the non-exclusion season. The customer doesn't want to deal with that pest control company anymore and asked if we would come in and take care of the situation. So we're going to take a look at it and see what we can do to help this customer out. Things you're going to want to look for when you hire a bat proofer is that they have the approved, Wisconsin approved excluder certificate. There's many pest control companies that are out there in Wisconsin, many claiming to have experience, but if they haven't been trained to do the professional exclusion properly and are using some of their own methods, you're going to get what you pay for. So this is the, you're going to want to ask anybody that you hire to show you this excluder. And especially if they've been recognized by the Better Business Bureau with a recognition like this. This is what the Better Business Bureau gives to their accredited businesses. And if they're top of the line, if they've made a platinum status, they'll actually get an award for that. So there's about 200 plus bat proofers in the state of Wisconsin. There's, with 25 years or more experience, there's about 19. But there's only 4 with that type of experience that do exclusively bats. Others are general pest control companies. So you're really going to want to look at a bat proofer's credentials. And also check them out with the Better Business Bureau. If they have an F rating, that's not the type of person you want to go with. If they don't have a clue as to a few things and maybe mention that in some of their own videos, that would be another warning point that you'd want to be careful of. So we've arrived down here in the Madison area to look at this house. This is a house that another general pest control company had come in to do. What we found was a series of, a couple of these 10-inch excluders that were put in the house, kind of non-conventional. I know back in the 80s these things became obsolete. I've worked with a couple of hundred professional bat excluders across North America, and you haven't really seen these things prior to the 1980s. They were being used, but the research that has been done on excluders, a couple of thousand people and hundreds of thousands of hours of camera work, is that the short excluders are the ones that are working. The reason being, just the way they're designed, the bat has to slide in. His body shape will actually change. A pronged end where they want to re-enter allows them from doing it. It's just simple. They're being used throughout North America by the top bat specialists. They're approved by Bat Conservation International, National Wildlife Federation, and the Organization for Bat Conservation. So everybody that's been trained and certified has been using the shorties. They only need to be sticking out of a building about the opening, about 3/4 of an inch to an inch. There's no need for this. Now the problem, what we found with this exclusion deal was we found one of these laying on the roof. They actually fell right out of the opening that they were pushed in. There was some cobra, looks like somebody pushed it in with a spatula or maybe a paint stir stick, but even that came out. Whatever was inside pushed out. And this excluder, if you look closely at it, this pronged end was actually inside of the building, and there was a bat snagged on here. These prongs actually snagged him on his way out. All the other bats that wanted to get out behind could not do it. The homeowner had a backup, and the customer, the company that did the work would not answer their calls. So they had a problem there, had to, all the help they could try to get it out. This end apparently had some kind of a sock or something on the end. It looks like it was glued on with, these really aren't even certified building materials for putting a sock on. There's other things that should be done to do it right. And there's no prongs on this end. So there's really no reason to have a sock or a door on a bat excluder. Research has shown that these long excluders bats sometimes go part way out, turn around, come back in, especially if there's something obstructing their end. So the thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of hours of bat research has shown these to be the most ineffective. And the Better Business Bureau and consumer protection agencies will tell you that most of the problems they have with general pest control companies coming out, they just don't get it, and they'll even admit that they just don't get it when they look at the actual certified methods. These just don't work. All right, so just to help consumers out, so you don't get stuck with a company, a general pest control company that knows a lot of things, a little bit of stuff about a lot of different things. You really want to get a vet specialist, somebody that's certified, somebody that'll have the Wisconsin certified approved bat excluder. You want to make sure you get somebody that is an accredited business with the Better Business Bureau. Do your research on them. Make sure to check out all the places where customers can insert their customer comments or compliments on a company. If you see something that just doesn't look right, if you're hearing complaints about a company, if they have a bad rating with the Better Business Bureau or with Angie's List, steer clear of them. Most of the consumer protection agencies will tell you, if bats are something special, you just don't want to go with a general pest control company. That's where most of their complaints come from when it comes to bats. You want to get a certified bat specialist that knows his stuff. Somebody that will actually tell you how things work, explain things to you, be there to answer your questions, come back immediately when there is a problem. Somebody that cares about the customer instead of just caring about the money. Somebody that does have a clue as to how things should be done. If a pest control operator, a general pest control operator, admits that he just doesn't get it, he probably just doesn't get it about a lot of things. Bats are something special. You have to get it. You have to understand in order to do this right.